Well, New York State is one step closer to legalizing ultimate fighting after a bill passed through the Assembly Committee today. It's a move that has one local lawmaker quite upset. Many others, though, involved in this sport are counting down the days till perhaps they can get to compete right here in Albany. Fox 23's CAIT McVeigh joins us live now from the Capitol. CAIT, who exactly will the legislation impact?
Well, John, if the legislation continues in this direction, fans across the country will be able to add New York to their destination list for ultimate fighting. And local competitors we spoke with here in the Capital region say they can't wait. Martial arts student Michael Kim's interest in ultimate fighting began several years ago when legalizing the controversial sport in New York became the focus of his thesis for law school.
I believe in what embodies it, and that is the hard work that goes into it, the dedication, and just the sheer athleticism that is required out of it.
Now, Kim works for Assemblyman Stephen Engelbright, chair of the Assembly Committee that voted on that very legislation today, passing it 14-6. Kim attributes this first step towards legalization to the sport's evolution over the past few years.
What you have is a highly regulated, with a high level amount of rules, and a highly monitored sport.
The vote was certainly a blow to ultimate fighting's ultimate opponent, Assemblyman Bob Riley, who has spent the past year trying to convince his colleagues of the sport's dangers.
I thought there was a good chance that, in fact, our committee would defeat it and end it, at least for this year. So it was quite disappointing.
Riley says the sport is just too violent and should not become a form of entertainment here in New York. In his argument before the committee, he gave examples, including the recent paralysis of a competitor.
That's a violent activity. Violence begets violence.
Riley says he won't give up. The legislation is now in the hands of a codes committee. It must then pass through to the Assembly floor and eventually on to the Senate. In the meantime, Michelle Kim and others at Albany Akido will continue their lessons and cross their fingers.
With any luck, in a few months, we'll be having MMA here too.
Now, another argument supporters of ultimate fighting make is the amount of money it will bring back to the local economy. We're told an estimated $3 to $4 million per event, say at the Times Union Center right here in Albany. Still, Assemblyman Riley says that money isn't guaranteed and not worth the consequences. Live at the Capitol, CAIT McVeigh, Fox 23 News.